Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you are surprised by what happened over last weekend, don't be. First of all, Merry Christmas to you all. Thank you guys for tuning in once again to the College Football Nightcap. I'm your host, as always, Lucas Hill. Not sure if Scout will be joining us, but I will actually be going on one of his podcasts in a little bit. So it's going to be a lot of fun there. I mean, one of the biggest things that you saw from this weekend was complete annihilation from start to finish. Texas's situation, you could say that it really wasn't that case. But from start to finish, majority of the games that we saw on Saturday, Indiana, Notre Dame, Tennessee, Ohio State, Clemson, and Texas, Penn State, SMU. At least 3 of the 4 games we expected to be a blowout, and it kind of happened. Nobody expected Ohio State to come out and punch this Tennessee team right in the freaking mouth. Nobody even came close to expecting that. That certainly was a surprise to everybody in college football. But I will say this. If all of you that are out there that are saying, oh, I expected better from Indiana, I thought it was actually going to be a good game, especially that game with Notre Dame and Indiana. If you are really looking at yourself in the mirror and saying that you expected better, you are lying to yourself. You are delusional. You are capping by beyond belief. There is no way that you can, in your right mind, really think that you were expected better from Indiana. You knew this game was over with after Jeremiah Love went 98 and out the gate. You knew exactly what was going to happen with this football game. You knew exactly what people were going to expect. Exactly what they were going to expect from this one. They were expecting a blowout, and they sure got it. They sure as hell got it. You knew it was going to happen. And if people are going to, you can criticize me, you can blow up my DM and say, Lucas, why are you being so critical over this game? I mean, why are we being real with ourselves? Are we being real with ourselves? This is the ultimate truth, is that last Saturday and last Friday's action was predicted to happen. Everything except Ohio State and Tennessee. I don't think anybody in their right mind would have thought that Ohio State, even me, I had Tennessee winning that football game. But I should have known. On the road, Josh Heupel always manages to struggle in these big-time games on the road. You have yet to see this team, like Tennessee, succeed ever since Alex Golesh left 2 years ago to go to South Florida. They have yet to capitalize. People criticized Joe Milton last year. It wasn't a Joe Milton problem. It was a consistency problem with Josh Heupel's offense. I give all the credit in the world to Nico Iamaleava. I thought he had a pretty decent season. But the problem is that he is still young. The kid is still learning to grow as a quarterback and mature as a quarterback. That's why you saw Tennessee go to Dylan Sampson a lot this year. And it's the main reason why he was hurt. Because when you run the football 250, 300 times throughout the year, you're going to get banged up. You're not going to be able to sustain throughout drives. Your stamina is going to go down. Your ability to capitalize in big-time situations goes down. And in a game like that against Ohio State, when you desperately needed a guy like that in Dylan Sampson, especially near the goal line, in the red zone where he is so efficient, you didn't have him. and you missed him. You absolutely missed a guy like that. And it absolutely sucks that we have to sit here and have this conversation about we and you, me and you, being real about the problems that be with fans thinking that we should have expected better from the playoff. I personally believe we jumped the gun going from 4 teams to 12 teams. Automatic buys, you got to go. Why are we letting a G5 team get into a top 4 seed? What is the benefit of that? You know they don't have a prayer that Boise State doesn't have a chance in hell of winning that football game against Penn State. Not against that defense. If you really want a first round bye, these conference championship wins don't mean crap at the end of the day. They don't. Especially when you looked at the season we had with strength of schedule being an issue, with the quality of opponent being an issue. We need to take scheduling away from the school and give it to the coaches. Because we have the athletic directors in the schools, presidents, and all the board members of these P4 schools coming together, and we're going to say, we're going to come together and make a schedule. No. Let coaches decide this BS. Because if that was the case, teams like Georgia or LSU or any other teams that are playing are regulars in the Chick-fil-A Kickoff Classic or the what's it called? The Arlington Classic or whatever they're freaking these kickoff games that we have, they're supposed to be primetime matchups. Why don't we just get rid of them and everybody plays an FCS team? Everybody goes to play a Southeastern or goes to play a freaking Northwestern or a Corpus Christi. I don't freaking know. Go play a D3. Because the committee sure as hell ain't looking at any of this. They're not. Indiana, for example. You played Charlotte and you played Western Illinois. That's a snooze fest. 2 of those wins, you can win 11-1. Kirk Signetti says, we beat the piss out of top 25 teams. You proceed to get smoked in 2 games that you played against top 25 teams in Ohio State and Notre Dame. You got humbled on the road in both games. I have no ill will towards Indiana. I really don't. As much as I ran about this, I have no ill will towards Indiana. There is zero beef that I have with them. But you got to be real about this team. You got to be real about what they do. You got to be real about what they put on their schedule because it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. And knowing that, that's an even better example of why they probably should have been left out of the playoff. Take out non-conference schedule. Let's see what they do in season. What's your best win? Against Michigan? Sure, it looks a hell of a lot better after your Michigan beat Ohio State. But you still got your I can't cuss. I'm trying to get better with not cussing. You got pushed in against Ohio State. Line of scrimmage wise, and your special team sucks. I mean, it just straight up sucks. It's embarrassing to look at. That punter, I don't know who he is. Oh, my God. Nick Saban himself could have recruited a better special teamer than that. And Alabama had a history of when he was there for their special teams issues. It was bad there, dude. Many people don't realize about how poor their special teams execution was. It was bad, dude. It was really, really bad. It was extremely, extremely bad. But guys, once again, thank you guys for tuning in. Merry Christmas to you all. We are just getting started here on the College Football Nightcap. Let's go ahead and read a couple of your comments right now. We're going to go to Instagram real fast. C. Ward, what's happening, baby? Good to see you, brother. Thank you for joining in. Let's see, who else do we have? We got Colin's story in this thing. Let's go with else. We got Brian Jackson in the chat. Happy holidays to you as well, my brother. Yeah, man, we've had a great start to the holiday season. It's been fun. I'll say this. Actually, some of you didn't see my Instagram or my Twitter post. For those of you that didn't see, we will be heading out to the 68 Ventures Bowl on the December 26th. So 2 days from now, we will be heading out to Mobile, Alabama for Arkansas State and Bowling Green. Guys, it's going to be a fun trip. I cannot wait to head out there. If you are watching right now and if you are in the Mobile area, come holler at us. We're on the road. We'll be there. I'm going to leave there probably sometime Thursday morning. It's only a 3-hour trip down to Mobile, Alabama, so it's not too bad. But, yeah, man, we're going to have a lot of fun down there. Going to get to meet with a lot of different media personnel. Going to meet with a lot of different guys. Guys, I am really, really excited for this upcoming weekend. We are going to have a blast out there in Mobile, Alabama at Hancock Whitney Stadium, the home of the South Alabama Jaguars, believe it or not. So we'll be there all day on Thursday. We'll be back in our headquarters for sometime Friday afternoon, and we'll have our live show. Probably we'll try to aim for one on Saturday afternoon because I unfortunately have to work during that week, but that will be one where we cross that bridge in the meantime. But guys, if you did not watch, so let's go ahead and let's get into some bowl previews as we get it set for the weekend. Let's go ahead and let's talk a little bit and let's do some recaps of some bowl games that we had earlier during the week. Let's start off already with a little bit of what we got to witness last week. I'll be honest, it's going to be an interesting one. South Florida going on against San Jose State. This is an interesting one to me. Alex Golish's offense going up against none other than a really, really, really weird. This is going to be a weird game to me. I'm not going to lie to you. I thought Alex Golish's squad was going to improve this year, especially after what you saw the last several years with what you got from Jeff Scott after winning a total of 4 games from 2020 to 2022. But hey, I mean, back-to-back 6-win seasons is a victory any day for Alex Golish and company. And the schedule that they had. I mean, you play Alabama, you play Miami, you go to Tulane, you play Memphis. You could have beaten Rice. I'll give him that. But, guys, you got some pretty decent wins along the way. You beat your arch rival in FAU, went to Charlotte, got a victory there. And then you beat out old Tulsa, who just fired Kevin Wilson not too long ago. Which, I mean, honestly, I expected that to happen. I expected it to occur at some point. That Rice game, you felt like you should have had that one. I mean, that was a game where you let them back into that football game. You felt like you should have won that football game. There's no way you can convince me that this should be a 6-6 USF team. But I still have a lot of faith in Alex Golish. But they're going to be really good, man. They really are. Sucks that you lose. I mean, obviously, it's hard to replace a lot of position coaches. Clay Patterson, who got hired as the co-OC, who's at Kent State right now, and then Matt Merritt, who's now the running backs coach over at Miami. So, I mean, there really is a lot that is going on around USF, a lot of moving pieces, and it's still going to develop as this team goes along. So, not really sure what I'm going to expect from the Hawaii Bowl today. I will say this, year one of the Ken Niumatalolo era, after having to replace a coach like Brent Brennan and all that he did for that program, and just knowing that what he's had to leave behind. If you guys remember, this was a San Jose State team that in their first 3 seasons won a combined total of 8 games, 2 of which you went 2-11 and 1-11. And then you eventually turn yourself into a 7-win team. You win 7 games in 3 of your last 4 seasons there. You head on out to Arizona, and it's going to be a long process there. Ken Niumatalolo going from, long-time head coaching position at Navy, gets fired after 2022, 3-time American Coach of the Year, heads on out to the Mountain West, and man, it was a great season for San Jose State, a team that was projected to finish 10th in the Mountain West, ended up finishing in the top 5. I mean, you had a lot of games, and this was a very competitive Mountain West too, with Boise State, UNLV, Fresno State had their moments. Colorado State won 8 games this year. Heck of a turnaround season it has been for that program and for what they have going on with Jay Norvell, and they'll be playing in the Arizona Bowl against Miami. It was a tough start for Colorado State. Started off 2-3, ended up rolling off the last couple of games. 160 of your final 7, could have beat Fresno State at Valley Children's Stadium. And you got to give credit, though, to what that Colorado State team did and what Jay Norvell did to keep that locker room in check. But no, I think this is one of those games that I think both offenses are going to be weird. In each of South Florida's 6 wins, the lowest point total that you have put up is 35 against UAB. In your 6 wins, let me just tell you guys, this is how good of an offense this team can be. At South Florida, where you're getting a lot of scrubs. Let's just be honest. Let's just be straight up with each other. In your 6 wins, you're averaging close to 50 points a freaking game. You're averaging 50. Let me be clear. 50 points a game. It's very impressive to see what this Alex Golish offense can do. I mean, he showcased it at Tennessee. He showcased it a little bit at UCF. And you got the opportunity to do so. And guys, it was you're talking about the second best turnaround that you had last year. You follow it up with another bowl appearance. So I'm not hating on what this USF team did this year. I know that they had a lot of games that they had not go their way, but it's still one of those seasons where you still have to go attack the transfer portal going into the last couple of going into this next offseason if you want to take that next step forward, because Tulane showed their flaws. Memphis showed their flaws. This could be one of those seasons where, especially next, this could be one that USF could take next year, especially with what you have with a team that's young, that has a lot of experience. I don't know, man. I don't know. But no, let's get into some predictions for me. The problem is here's where I kind of draw the line. Here's where I don't know, man. This is an interesting one because you're talking about San Jose State, who went into the half tied with Boise State, could have had an upset there. San Jose at the 2.5 is a 2.5 point spread in this football game. The over-under is 62.5. Holy cow. That's an interesting one. San Jose State making their second appearance in the Hawaii Bowl. USF, look, that offense is dominant. It can be dominant when they can be. I'll say this. If you put this, man, this is going to be interesting. Both are going to be very motivated. The problem is, will Byron Brown play? Will he play? That is the question for tonight. If he doesn't, then nope. Okay, so we just got word that he will not play in the. Actually, Byron Brown will be available. So Bryce Archie will start at quarterback for USF. According to the USF pregame radio show, they do expect him to play. He's missed the last 7 games after suffering that foot injury against Tulane. So, I mean, this is going to be a really, really interesting game. But I do think San Jose State, with the depth that they have and what they end up having to have. I know you lose a guy like Nick Nash if you're San Jose State, but you have so much depth at that receiver position. Give me San Jose State to win this game and to get Ken Niumatalolo in his first year. Huge, huge win out in the Hawaii Bowl to put San Jose at an 8-win season. I think this would actually be one of the first 8-win season for San Jose State since 2012 when they won 11 games. Man, that was a heck of a season for San Jose State. Mike McIntyre, who would eventually go on to Colorado, but what a name, man. What a name. All right, here's what we're going to do, guys. I got to go to use the bathroom. We're going to knock out a quick break. You're listening in to the College Football Nightcap here on X, Instagram Live, and YouTube. All right, so while I was during the break, I got a text from one of my friends saying that I need to talk about the SEC. That we really need to talk about these hypothetical situations that's going on in college football. Bear with me. So, when we talk about these hypothetical scenarios and these resumes that this is about to get ugly. I'm just letting you guys know ahead of time. These hypothetical records that SEC fans put on themselves is insane to me. Let me ask you this then. What the hell happened on November 23rd? You want these hypothetical records to go in the record books? You go be my guest. You go be my guest. I don't care. But you got to get real about yourself. You got to get real about what's really going on in what we have in college football. November 23rd, you blew it. You could have had either Ole Miss or Alabama. Don't lose to Oklahoma. I've heard many Alabama fans telling me, very few that have admitted it. Don't lose to Oklahoma. Don't lose to Vanderbilt. Don't have a horrible second half against a Tennessee team that you should have beaten. Don't have those things happen. Maybe you get in. Guess what? That didn't happen. Didn't even come close to happening. But you know what? Guys, these hypothetical things that we all talk about and we all have about, okay, well, hey, we could have had this, and we can say Alabama could have beaten Notre Dame, or Ole Miss should have gotten in over Indiana, or South Carolina should have gotten in over SMU. Don't lose. You shot yourself in the own foot. We can put all these hypothetical situations out there, but we talk about it a lot. Don't lose. It was going to be tough putting a 3-loss SEC team in. Because when you have the year like you had this year, it's hard to do so. Unless you are a conference champion, it is hard to put in a 3-loss team that is not in the conference title. Please, somebody say I'm wrong. Somebody say I'm wrong for what has been going on. Somebody say I'm wrong for saying what I believe. Please do. I want to hear. If I'm wrong, please say something. But like I mentioned already, you got to get real. You have to get real about what we get in the SEC. I love the SEC. I love it. I'm on SEC Unfiltered. I'm literally, I say this a lot. I'm real. All you SEC fans out there, look, I get it. I'm with SEC Unfiltered on a regular basis. I go on Texas Sports Unfiltered, and I talk about the SEC. But if you wanted to get more than just 3 in the college football playoff, don't lose to Florida. Don't, out of all the teams, don't lose to freaking Kentucky after your defense can't get off the field. Don't lose to Oklahoma. Just don't lose. That's all you have to do. And then we don't have these hypothetical solutions or these hypothetical records that we have in college football, which is mind-boggling to me. Makes absolutely no sense that this is a thing. I don't understand it. Why is this a thing? These freaking hypothetical records. Well, the SEC is that's another win for the SEC. 1,000 plus and 0. They're undefeated still in these hypothetical records. You got to be real with yourself. At the end of the day, you just have to be real about what you put on the field. It does mean more. Everybody can claim SEC bias, but look at the stats. It's the truth. I've said it already. If it was SEC bias, the SEC wouldn't have 15 teams that have represented as a national champion in college football. But this year, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's definitely going to be weird. But we'll see, man. I mean, I would love to see the SEC get another natty. Win their first natty in college football since the 22 college football season. But will it happen? I don't know, man. But we got to shut up with these hypothetical records in college football. So, I don't know, dude. You can call me crazy. You can call me stupid. You can call me a bigot or anything else like that. Sure. That's completely okay with me. And to be honest with you, that is completely okay. But the fact of the matter is that your record proved otherwise. November 23rd proved otherwise. If you don't like it, I mean, it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. It absolutely is what it is. All right. Let's keep on with bowl season. Still got some bowl games to preview. Already kind of did a little preview for tonight's action. We said San Jose State would potentially win this one. Guys, we got 3 bowl games going on this upcoming Thursday. They got the Game Above Sports Bowl, Pitt taking on Toledo, the Guaranteed Rate Bowl with Rutgers and Kansas State. I didn't realize Kansas State got bumped down to the Rate Bowl. And then obviously the one I will be attending, the 68 Ventures Bowl. I wish that I wish the Birmingham Bowl was sooner, because I would definitely be going out to Birmingham to go see Scout and them, which, by the way, he should be coming on any minute. I just sent him a link to hop on the show. So, yeah, man, I mean, really excited for that one. And then Friday's action, we got the Armed Forces Bowl with Navy, Oklahoma, Birmingham Bowl, and the Liberty Bowl with Arkansas and Texas Tech. I think Texas Tech just absolutely wipes the floor with Arkansas. And then the Holiday Bowl that'll be on Fox with Syracuse and Washington State. And then the Las Vegas Bowl with USC and Texas A&M at 10:30 on ESPN. Saturday, got a lot, man. Got a crap ton. UConn, North Carolina kicking us off from Fenway Park. Then we got the Pinstripe Bowl with BC at Boston College, taking on Nebraska on ABC at the Bronx. Mexico Bowl will be on ESPN with TCU and UL. How about UL this year? Hell of a season that they had. Looking to cap it off with another big win over a very, very good TCU team. Pop-Tarts Bowl, first top 25 matchup we've had in the regular bowls with Miami and Iowa State. Should be a decent one there. Military Bowl with North Carolina State and East Carolina, as well as BYU and Colorado, and then Army and Louisiana Tech to finish it off out in Shreveport. I was going to go to Shreveport to go watch that game, and I was like, you know what? Forget it. It's a 9 o'clock kickoff. I'm not probably getting home till like 4 o'clock in the morning. So you can forget all that. Ha. You're funny. I'm not driving at 4 a.m. in the morning. I'm just telling you that, ladies and gentlemen. Music City Bowl. This upcoming Monday. Missouri and Iowa will be playing in that one. The ReliaQuest Bowl will be Tuesday, December 31st. So we won't have any bowl games or any college football playoff action this weekend. It'll be next week, actually, when we really get kicking off. ReliaQuest Bowl with Alabama and Michigan. Sun Bowl, Louisville and Washington on CBS, as they usually always do. Citrus Bowl, South Carolina and Illinois. And then the Texas Bowl with LSU and Baylor. And then finally, we get our first quarterfinal game with Boise State and Penn State playing out in Glendale, Arizona, back in the Fiesta Bowl. Hey, the only place that I can see Boise State pulling off an upset is in Arizona, is in the Fiesta Bowl, in a position to where they potentially could have a chance. You know, it seems unlikely, but hey, it's their bread and butter. It's been basically their second home for the last 15, almost 20 years now. Wednesday, and then we kick off the new year with a lot. Nothing but quarterfinal action. Texas, Arizona State, Oregon, Ohio State, and then the one out at the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans, Georgia, Notre Dame to close that one off. I think Kirk and Herbie, Herbie and Fowler will be heading out to Pasadena for that one. I think Sean might be heading out to Texas, Arizona State. I don't know who else is on the broadcast booth for that one, but we'll see. Gator Bowl, Ole Miss and Duke, First Responder Bowl. I was going to get a press pass to go to that game, but they have closed, unfortunately. See what else we got. See what else we got on here, ladies and gentlemen. Got the Duke's Mayo Bowl. Could be an interesting one. Minnesota going up against Virginia Tech out at Bank of America Stadium. And then the Bahamas Bowl to end off the regular bowl action with Liberty going up against Buffalo. Going to be a good one there. And then we'll have our semifinals on Thursday and Friday. And then January 20th is the College Football Playoff National Championship. Definitely going to be a good one. You don't want to miss it, guys. Definitely going to be a good one, man, for real. Definitely going to be a very, very, very fun one. But yeah, man, we've had a lot of great things going on with bowl season. It has been really, really good seeing what we've had go on throughout the week. We've had a great 10 days of bowl action. Got some great things that we've gotten to see throughout the bowl season. I am personally excited for the future of Ohio, man. I mean, get a big win out in the Cure Bowl. Get yourself a nice victory there, man. Nice victory for Ohio. What a legendary season that they had this year. They're going to come back better than ever. John Navarro is going to be a dominant quarterback out in the MAC. Florida dominating win over Tulane, which I think everybody expected. Hey, shout out Marco Rubio's son, Florida Senator. Love what he stands for. UTSA, what a dominant victory they had over Coastal out in Conway, South Carolina. Northern Illinois, what a great way to end off their season, man, with a big 28-20 victory over Fresno. You get the big win over Notre Dame, and your coach gets to take the best dump of his life. So what can be better than that one, guys? But yeah, man. I mean, it's been one of those seasons that not a whole lot of people were expecting. You know, I if we really look back at what this season has had, we've been very blessed to get a very exciting season with upsets, with all the craziness that has gone on in college football. You know, that's what we wanted, man. It's what we wanted at all. NCAA, it's time to allow D2s to use more scholarship money and allow D3s to give out partial athletic scholarships since y'all want to make D1 college football into JV NFL. I agree. I agree. If you're making the college game at the Division I level a money grab, you need to start giving money to these D2s and these D3s. It's what's going to kill recruiting at the end of the day. I know a lot of people that are listening right now that have had their recruiting screwed over because of this, because of the stupid executives that are in the NCAA, the National Association of Buttholes Across America, ones that have hated what we've had today, that only do this for the dollars, that we're seeing young men go to college just for the money. I don't know, man. I mean, it just seems so unbelievable. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It's been a very frustrating year for college football in general, man. It really, really has. So, yeah. It has been like that. Make no mistake about it. Let's go over some of the biggest. Let's go over some more transfer portal news that we've received. Many of you haven't seen Justice Haynes will be heading out to Michigan. Boy, Michigan looks good, dude. Holy cow. What is going on with that offense now? Now, all of a sudden, we go from, dude, how good does this look for Michigan? Looks really good. Justice Haynes, one of the best running backs. Going from Alabama to Michigan, Fluff Bothwell. Looks like he'll be heading out to Mississippi State. That'll be an interesting one. Make no mistake about that one. Man, how good will that backfield look out in the SEC? Definitely one that you need to look out for. But no, I mean, you get the number one back coming out of the portal. Needed it, man. You absolutely needed that one. Make no mistake about it. So let's talk about some of the biggest transfers that are still in the portal. So let's talk about Zach Branch. He's obviously hunting for money. You know where he wants to go. I know where he wants to go. Will I tell people where he's going to go? Yeah, probably not. Probably not. But no, man. I mean, it would definitely be fun to see him where I want him to go. Will it happen? I doubt it. But guys, when you have a guy that's compared to Tyreek Hill with that type of athleticism and with that type of skill set that a guy brings, that is saying something. 5'10", 175 pounds, not the biggest human being on the earth, but the guy can freaking play. The guy can straight up play. Most people are predicting him to go to Georgia. He and Zion are projected to commit out to Georgia. I know Arizona State had some connections. I know Texas A&M has also talked to them a little bit. The most important aspect of him transferring is that he and his brother are expected to be a package deal. But, dude, it would definitely be big for Georgia if you were able to pair Gunnar Stockton with a guy like that and like the type of skill set that he has. Let's talk about Takario Davis. Where is he going to go? Transfer from Arizona. Where is he going to end up in the next couple of weeks? A lot of questions about him. Where will he end up going? A lot of people have been pointing to, hey, LSU. LSU, man. But no, man. I mean, if we're being for real, he wants to go win a national title. He wants to go somewhere in the SEC. I don't know if it will happen. But no, I think a lot of people are projecting him to head out there. Thing was, I don't know. But there would definitely be a very, very good one if Takario Davis is to head out. Oops, I closed out the Instagram live. My bad, y'all. Let me go ahead and let's go. I'm going to go ahead and get that Instagram live removed from here. It's all good. Hey, thank you guys if those of you that were watching on Instagram live, sorry. I went ahead and, cut it loose. Sorry. They're saying Takario Davis could head out to Texas A&M. I definitely could see it. Just knowing what A&M's having to struggle with on the outside. Dude, they had a pretty freaking decent decent secondary this year. Better than what a lot of people were thinking. But I do think at the end of the day that there's going to be a lot of people that are going to get very mad because of his decision of where he's going to go. But I think the best landing spot for a guy like that is probably A&M, being in Mike Elko's defense, a place where he's going to get plugged in. He's going to be a day one starter. He's going to be the guy that a lot of people are going to look up to. You knew Takario was going to go. I think a lot of people knew it. I think a lot of people saw it happening at some point. The thing about it is, it was when he was going to go. When it was going to happen. When he would do it. And we found out the win. It was this one. Casey Conception, where would he head out to? Most people are saying North Carolina. He's visiting UNC right now. It would definitely be a very, very interesting flip. Going from NC State to her arch rival. That would be insane. I'm just being honest with you. That would be really, really crazy if that was to happen. Man, it'd definitely be weird going from one rival to another. I don't know, man. I really don't know where he could go to. I definitely could see him in UNC, but the problem is, how would he be able to adjust to a coach like Bill Belichick? Will he be good with it? I don't know. Jonte Cook, what about him? Dude, Florida he could stay in the SEC and head on out to Florida, man. How big of a pickup would that be for Florida? Dude, that would be a huge pickup for them. You just flip Dallas Wilson from Oregon to Florida. That'd be an absolutely big time sign. Not to mention that, but you pair him along with Jonte Cook. I would argue that Florida is probably one of the more dangerous teams going into next year in the SEC. By the way, we will have our way too early preseason predictions for each conference. We'll do a little video. We have a lot of ideas. I've got ideas coming off of my head in the next month, going into the next year too. Because, guys, we've only got 4 weeks left in the college football season. That's wild. Like the season has just flown by so fast. It's almost unbelievable to see how fast the season is going. And, I'm really, really grateful that we've gotten to spend some time together and we've gotten to really interact with each other. And guys, it was really fun. There's more coming. Really excited for the future. Man, it's going to be a good one, man. Going to definitely be very good. By the way, big news, Devontae Ross, one of the top transfers at the receiver position, is now at Penn State. The Troy Trojan commit is heading there now. He got sucked into a space. Okay, so Scout got sucked into a space. That's bad. Do we pull him out? I'm just playing. I don't know what to do. I'm just playing with him. But no, he's in a Twitter space. But no, it's all good from here. But no, I mean, if we're all being honest, and if we're all really being real with ourselves, and if we're looking at the transfer portal as a whole, there's a lot of guys that are going in and are just looking for a market. They're just looking for a dollar sign. Now, does it work in some instances? Absolutely. It does. It absolutely does. But I don't know really what is going to happen with the portal from now. I don't know what I'm going to expect from now on. Because look, there is a lot that has gone on in college football. There is a lot that is going on in the portal. There's a lot of money that's being flown in from the portal. The problem is, the thing is, should we trust what's going on? Do we really have the trust and support of what we have, of what is really truly going to happen in college football? I don't know, man. I am very, very, very skeptical. Extremely skeptical of what is to occur. So, guys, at the end of the day, I'm not sure of what to expect. I'm not sure of what really I'm supposed to say about the portal yet. Do I like it? Absolutely Absolutely, dude. I love it that athletes are getting the opportunity to get paid. But should there be some regulation? Sure. Because we're giving 17, 18-year-old kids 7-figure contracts out of high school. And it's getting a bit ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Correct me if I'm wrong. Please do. But if we're being honest with ourselves, this right here is the big problem. Why we have all these situations in the collegiate game is because of this. I don't know, man. But hey, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, I am all for the portal. I am all for the athlete, but there has to be regulation. All right, let me give you a little scoring update with what's going on in the Hawaii Bowl. It is 7-0 at the end of the first. San Jose State has the football. It's been kind of a back and forth game, but I'll tell you what. Bryce Archie, hell of a start. But your number one guy that's been there most of the year, Sean Atkins, 68 receptions, 677 to go along with 2 scores, averaging 10 yards a catch. Guys coming off of 1,000 yards a year. Kind of a disappointing year, if you would really consider it. But honestly, great year that he has had so far. It's what you expect from guys like that. But you also want to get guys like Jaden Alexis and Michael Brown-Stevens more opportunities in the open space. I did not expect for Walker Eget to struggle early on in this football game. I feel like they've gotten away, San Jose State has, from what has worked for them majority of the season. But I do know that this is a very, very good team. I think that both of these squads are having opportunities down the stretch of a season to go down the field and get some big plays. But at the end of the day, one of the biggest things that has hurt San Jose State is turnovers. You get all the way inside the 10-yard line, you get inside the red zone, and you fumble the football. Fumble it in the end zone, man. You can't have that. Just cannot have that, man. I mean, it just kills you on these drives, man. I mean, it's so frustrating as a player, and it's frustrating as a team to have those situations where you drive all the way down the field, you put yourself in a position to where you can go play or go score. Man, I mean, you blew it at this point. You just straight up blew it. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Bowl Challenge Cup of what Progressive has. We're actually doing a live look-in right now. The American, Big Ten, MAC, and SEC are all tied for the top. The ACC 0-3. 0-3. Pitt. Man, Pitt, what the hell happened? What the hell happened, man? You better turn it up. Better turn it up later on, man. But we'll see, man. We'll see. Got some NFL action going on tomorrow with the Steelers and Chiefs. Also got some NBA action. I don't watch NBA, I'll be honest with you. I'm more of a college football guy. But no. Guys, let me tell you this. But no. When you look at these teams down the stretch, by the way, we're getting a live looking at the Hawaii Bowl right now. Tell you what, USF is very physical at the line of scrimmage. They are very, very physical at the line of scrimmage when I get a first look at them. But we'll see what happens. I'll say this, if South Florida ends up scoring on this drive, you could probably go ahead and put a bow on this one. I think this will be a done deal. I just have a very hard time feeling. I just have a hard time feeling or have a hard time believing that this is going to be a good game down the stretch. Look, I have nothing against South Florida. I have nothing against San Jose State, but overall, it's just not a good match, to be honest with you. By the way, I want to show you guys a clip. So, this was from this weekend, and it was Texas's goal line stand. Okay. They tried to get it's cute. Dude, I mean, this was bad. This was really, really bad. This was bad execution by Clemson. So let me go ahead and just show you this one. All right. So let's go ahead. We're in two tight. We got 1, 2, 3 in the backfield. He's on the line of scrimmage. He's fine. Everybody's fine. What are we playing? We're not even in 11 personnel, to be honest with you. I thought we were in 11 personnel because usually you'll have 2 inside tackles going to be lined up on the shade, on the outside shoulder, respectively, of the center. And they're going to try to shoot in. So let's see what we got here. Honestly, both kind of get – well, I will say this. Clemson kind of gets off the ball quick. We try to pull. But, man, I'll tell you what. This play was blown up all the freaking way. Tight end tries to kick his out. And this is what we end up getting. Bully's underneath, gets the squeeze, gets the spill. And we're in the backfield. And we're in the backfield. That was way too freaking easy. Look. That was bad. That was just bad execution, to be honest with you. That was one of those plays that you should not have run. It was almost mind-boggling to me. This is where it starts, though. It was Bill Norton right in the middle at the nose tackle, number 15. Look at how he gets off the football. He's kind of low, but he gets a base block. Watch him. Watch him get this long. Watch him extend. Bam. Owns the line of scrimmage. There's the extension. Offensive line is basically getting pushed into here. Rips up off of him, and he's right there. That is absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect for a defensive lineman to do that. That was probably one of the best ways you could execute if you were a defensive lineman. You guys need to watch that again. It's Bill Norton right up in the middle. That was impressive. He owned the line of scrimmage right there. That is exactly what you needed to do. Guys, he made one of the biggest tackles of his career. I hope you realize that. That was an absolutely massive tackle that they needed. So, guys, that was really good. Make no mistake about this. The guy was a monster coming from Arizona. The guy was an absolute beast of a man. I know he didn't get a whole lot of playing time. Also previously played at Georgia for a little bit. Man, the guy was a monster. 6'6", 335 pounds. I guarantee you, this dude's going to be a draft pick. The guy needs to be a draft pick. The dude is so good at his size. The guy doesn't even look like he's that big. I mean, the guy's 6'6". He's a freaking monster. How are you going to try and stop this dude? That was impressive, what I saw from him. So, I mean, you never, ever get enough of a guy like that and a guy of what you expected coming from this season. Now, I know that we've talked a lot about a G5, but who is the most dangerous team in college football? Well, let me just show you a clip of what I said on Texas Sports Unfiltered not too long ago. Let me go ahead and go grab the live feed if I can go get it. So bear with me. I'm going to be right back, so I'm going to go find this thing. Okay, I finally found it. So let me go ahead and let's share my screen. So let's kind of get into it. I feel like Ohio State's going to be able to shut him down. I feel like they're going to be able to get after Dylan Gabriel. I feel like it's going to be starting with that defensive line. If they put pressure on Dylan Gabriel, it's going to be a long day for Oregon. I think that this offense of where Ohio State's rolling, I think they're too good. I think that this is going to be a pretty significant. I think this might be the biggest win of Ryan Day's career, if I'm being honest with you, especially with where they're at now, knowing the circumstances that he's had to go under and all the stuff that First Take will say about him. But look, I give nothing but respect for what Ryan Day has done over the last several weeks, all the scrutiny he's faced, and he comes out this week and punches this Tennessee team in the mouth. They're going to do the same thing against Oregon. Yeah. When you talk about Ohio State and what they did this weekend, it was impressive. Make no mistake about it. What they did and their ability to effectively manage the offense and to effectively manage themselves and put themselves in a position to where they could win the football game on offense was impressive. Make no mistake about it. That was awesome what they were able to do. And make no mistake, I still have a lot of belief that this team will eventually get themselves into a position to win a national title. I really believe it. I think I'm sold on Ohio State now. I really, really do, honestly. As it couldn't call me crazy, but man, this team looks good. This team really, really looks good, man. I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. I mean, it's really, really interesting to see where Ohio State has been coming off of the bad loss that they had against Michigan, and you come back and you smack Tennessee in the face, just like you did. And you absolutely deserve that victory. Guys, that's going to go ahead and end it for us on the College Football Nightcap. No live show tomorrow for Christmas. I take that back. We might do a live show. We'll see. See how I'm feeling. See if I want to, honestly. But no, if you guys don't see me tomorrow, y'all have a Merry Christmas. Thank you to those of you who listen to us. Thank you to those of you who are part of this channel. Those of you that have joined in our spaces, in our comment section. Y'all have a very Merry Christmas. About 15 people that joined in today. But guys, thank you all for joining in. And we will see you all next time. Have a very Merry Christmas on the Nightcap.